Juice 107.2.
Brighton's finest.
So first question, Holy Fuck, it's a pretty out there band name. Were there any other explicit band names that you considered before going with Holy Fuck?
No, not really. It kind of started out as a funny name. Brian was doing some experiments on his 4-track, and I think on one of the tapes he wrote Holy Fuck on it, and just had some dirty, distorted beats on it like that, and that's kind of the descriptor that he used to describe the beats. And then that just started as the band name.
I kind of think it's perfect, you know?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
So how's the tour going? You're on a massive tour at the moment.
Yeah, it's really good. It's our second time here coming over to Europe on this album campaign, and we're hitting up some good towns and playing some fun shows. We're doing a bit more UK stuff this time. Last time when we were over, I think we only really did a show in Brighton and a show in London, and this time we get to come back. We're just finished a bunch of shows in Ireland, which is a few cities we've never been to before, which is super fun, and gonna hit some more of the towns that we haven't really had a chance to visit in a while. So it's great. It's great to be back. A long time for some of these places.
Yeah, I kind of imagine your live sets. I haven't seen you live yet, but I hope to when you come to Brighton and play Patterns on the 24th. But I imagine them to be kind of like half concert, half party. Do you think I got that right?
Well, yeah, we like to create a fun vibe when we play. When you see us, you're not necessarily going to get an exact representation of what the songs sound like on the record. Like some electronic art acts, pretty much just hear the record through a big PA, but we're performing everything, and there's an element of chaos involved, fun energy. So yeah, I think this gig too at Patterns, I think we're playing in the round too. I'm not sure how it's going to work, so there'll be people all around us, so that will add to a bit more of the party vibe for sure.
Oh, weird. Cool. Never seen a gig like that at Patterns. Birdbrain's coming out on the 1st of September, and it follows Congrats in 2016. Where have you gone from Congrats, which got, a fair amount of acclaim, really? What have you done differently?
On the EP?
Yeah.
Not too much. It's all like little bits of growth. The tracks, the Birdbrains EP were ones also we've always kind of been working on stuff since Congrats came out, and since even before then. So yeah, I don't know. We're just trying to create further our creativity into making dancey electronic music, but it's like four heads all collaborating together, and then as opposed to most electronic music is just one person in a bedroom kind of like tweaking at things. We were going into a studio and laying things down, and as a band kind of thing, and bringing our own voice to it. And yeah, we're always just kind of trying to experiment and explore that world as much as we can, and learn from our experiences, and keep growing as a band, as artists, I guess.
So you're you're in a constant writing cycle, even though some of the band live in different cities.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Yeah, it's when we tour, we're always trying to create and trying to write together, and individually we'll write little bits on our own and bring them to the table when we see each other, and then we'll flesh them out as a group. And I think because we do live in different cities, when we're together, we're always trying to make the most of all those opportunities we are together to keep working and keeping creative. And we do the way the music industry is going these days. It seems like you can, you don't have to, you can put out material more constantly, and you can just put out a song, or in our case 4 songs, in little packages, and keep kind of putting things out there. You don't have to wait for like album cycles to finish, and it's a lot more immediate, which is great. If you can embrace that that mentality, you just keep writing, and you can make things and put them out digitally pretty quickly.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you're essentially an electronic band, but rather than being one producer, it is a live band. Can you tell people who are listening about the way that you approach making an electronic sound without just using backing tracks, and some of the instruments that you'll use on stage in your gig in Brighton?
Well, we kind of approach it all like Brian and I are also guitar players, so it's funny, we all sort of approach songwriting and we approach the way we do electronic music kind of maybe from that background and that foundation. So there is like we are using guitar pedals and things like that to manipulate the sounds. There's no computers or no laptops or anything like that, and everything's going through mixers on our tables. So in a way, we're playing pedals and mixers live, and I guess the beautiful thing about those things is you can't really get them to be perfect. With computers, you can make everything perfect and everything super precise if you want, but with the stuff that we're playing with, it's not going to be totally synchronized and perfectly in pitch and perfectly in time. You know, we've got the drummer who's playing drums and bass players playing bass lines. So I think with that approach, it adds a really kind of organic sound to our particular brand of electronic music. And so that's what we'll be seeing. And a lot of it's not us just sitting behind laptops and waving our arms around. We're actually physically doing it on stage. And I think that kind of adds to the chaos and an engaging show, I think. Yeah.
Is that why you recorded the Bird Brains EP live?
Well, we've recorded all of our stuff. It wasn't live like a live show, but we recorded all of our we all go into a studio and set up our drums and bass and all of our equipment and live off the floor. We aim to get proper takes of the songs, and that obviously came from all of our backgrounds. That's how we always made music. Really, in a band, you get together and you rehearse it and jam, and then you go to the studio and capture it, and then you kind of tweak it from there a bit further.
So let's go back to 2004 when you started the band. Were you starting it with in mind thinking we want to just play a lot of live shows, or were you already thinking about recording? Was it a live band or a record band?
I guess it was sort of both. It was sort of just a fun side project experiment. We all had our other bands that were playing songs and guitar in, and this was sort of a fun kind of sonic experiment, I guess. And then gradually more and more shows got booked, and more momentum came behind the band. So then that just sort of eventually took over.
Yeah, great. You just released a video for Bird Brains, the title track of the EP, which features a giant bird hosting a crazy party, which is a fun video. Can you tell me what it's about? I've heard the word mass hysteria used to describe it.
Yeah. Well, a good friend of ours, Allison, made that video, and I think she just kind of wanted to explore the chaos that happens at parties, and with a really kind of funny twist on it. Another talented artist from Toronto named Phil, he designed a poster for us. He's a really good visual artist, but one of his jobs is also making mascot costumes. So we thought it would be kind of funny to make a really ugly, a lot of the mascot costumes he makes are really kind of goofy and funny, and we thought it would be kind of hilarious if you made it kind of a really gross, ugly bird head, and we could make one of the characters in this video a weird bird creature. I don't know. Creative ideas come from all weird places.
Yeah.
So this one sort of was an amalgamation of all these things that came together, and I think it worked out really well. I think it's pretty awesome.
Juice 107.2.
Brighton's finest.